Okay, everybody, welcome to the StockPickProfits.com live daily show. It is October 2nd, second day of the fourth quarter. Interesting day in the stock market. Let's get it started with the legalities. Past performance is no indicator of future performance. Nothing in this show is an offer to buy or sell any security. We are not registered investment advisors. This show should be taken for entertainment purposes only. And read the rest of the disclaimer. So we're going to hold on until somebody signs on here, and then we're going to go full speed. It's important to read that disclaimer though. But it's an interesting day in the market. It's a lot of fun today. Welcome, Nars. You are the first one here. Man, Savar, you're early again, Savar, man. That workload must be lightening up. I'm jealous. But look, since you guys are here, let's go ahead and get started. It was an interesting day in the market, right? I mean, we had that big blow up at the beginning. The Dow was just rocking and rolling. It looks like the NASDAQ was pushing green. At one point, it was up green, nicely green. Looked like it was starting to rally. S&P was in rally mode to a certain extent. Then kind of the bottom came out, right? About just before lunch and stuff. In our final numbers, the Dow keeps chugging towards that 27,000, up another 122 points today. Really solid day for the Dow. Even when it had pullbacks, it was pretty strong. It was pretty strong at its support levels and stuff. And the S&P finished up about a point, which is pretty much flat, right? It's not even 0.05%. And the NASDAQ, that's an important number there on the NASDAQ. Check that out, 7999.55. It lost 8,000 today and closed below it. So is there serious weakness in tech? Should we be running from tech? Should we be shorting tech? Now let's talk about it. So let's go ahead and get the show started. So it was an interesting day in the stock market today. We had that nice open. It looked like we're going to have this ugly open. And to a certain extent, it was at the opening bell. And then the market just kind of kicked into gear, right? Overnight futures were blood red most of the night. Asia had a bad night and things like that. And yeah, there's a lot of potential bad news cycle. Everybody knew that Jerome Powell was going to be speaking today from the Fed. So it was just an interesting open, and then things just kind of kicked into gear, and everything went green across the board, and then things just kind of worked out. We cashed in our T play today. We were talking about yesterday. We went long on T on some options. We cashed those out today at about 25% overnight. Nice play. Look, we don't want to mess around in this market with profits, right? So we just took that profit. Generally, we might give that a little bit more time to run, a little bit more time to play out. But right now, we just don't want to take any chances. So if it's a profit, nobody ever lost money taking profits. So we took a profit, 25%. And look, if you're not getting those kind of results, go ahead and click the link and join us. We'd be happy to partner up with you. Let's kind of talk about Elon Musk a little bit while we're getting started. It's interesting. Elon just went through this big thing, right? This is our cry on yesterday. Elon settles with the SEC. And today he is already out there tweeting madness again. He still is not getting the concept that you cannot speak innuendo when you are the CEO of a publicly traded company. Everything has to be factual, everything has to be documented, and everything has to be public. And those are the keys to it. And he still doesn't quite get it. He's hinted at profitability and things like that. It's nice to prognosticate, but that's for the analysts. That's for the traders. That's for everyone else. It's not for a CEO. Okay. He needs to start being careful, and somebody needs to read him the rule book because he's still treading on some very, very interesting ground today. We didn't really watch Tesla too much today. Let me just check what it was closed at. It was having a good morning the last time we looked at it. Yeah, see, it closed right around that $300. That fight's going to be at $300 for Tesla. I think it's lost it once, right? Last week it was trading under $300. It kind of bounced back up when Elon settled, and they started talking about they produced 80,000 cars, they were ready to deliver and stuff like that. And then he kind of goes and throws monkey wrenches into the thing again. Come on, you got to stop being your own worst enemy, okay? One thing about Tesla is probably about, if I had to guess, I would say about 50% of the people that own Tesla own it because of Elon Musk. They like Elon Musk. They know he's a very good thinker. They know he's outside the box. They know his mind is just there. And now he's got these resources and he's got these visions for SpaceX, for all kinds of things, right? And they'll stay with the company with him. So I think Tesla knows to a certain extent they don't want Elon Musk to not be the CEO. They don't want Elon Musk to leave the company or be disengaged from the company, because they know there's a lot of loyal shareholders that aren't going to buy the stock or hold the stock if Elon leaves. Another interesting thing in the market today, Amazon backing up that fight for 15. Good job, Jeff Bezos. You're making all those billions. Start spreading it around. There's a big difference between a mom and pop restaurant paying their employees $15 and an Amazon paying their $15 an hour, right? It's almost a crime if Amazon doesn't pay their employees $15 an hour. I mean, when your CEO is making $1 billion on every tick of the stock. So, that's a good thing. It kind of leads by example. It shows all the other tech companies. You've got so many tech companies that just make millions and millions and billions of dollars yearly, quarterly. There's no reason that we should be producing Nikes in sweatshops. There's no reason that we should be making iPhones in sweatshops and things like that. All these people should be getting paid, especially the guys that are making the product, right? And that's the fair thing. Now, when you start going virtual signaling and all that stuff, and you start getting into your, virtue signaling, it's easy to say how great of a company Apple is and stuff like that. But are they really? Are they really? So we had Jerome Powell today, right? Jerome Powell gave his speech, and he actually came out and said the economy, the outlook is so good that it might be too good to be true. Interesting words from the Fed chairman. He also mentioned too that if the inflation does rear its head, guess what? They're ready and they're going to be very aggressive in battling it. So that'll be an interesting situation going forward. But for right now, the economy is looking great. Donald Trump and his administration just got this deal with Canada. Hopefully, we're moving on to the Asia products and stuff. So let's hope that this is just the first step. Today was a good day for a lot of stocks, especially your good stocks, your dividend stocks. Like we said, we overnight play on T. We cashed out for 25%. We're also long on Verizon right now. Verizon had a good day. It was up about 1%. The only long we're in right now, but we went kind of out on this to give it a little room to move, is Oracle. Oracle took a romping today. It was down about $1.50. But, a lot of that has to do with certain things that are going on within the company. That one guy that ran the cloud division, he went on vacation or leave, and he never said he was coming back. Most people assumed he wasn't coming back. And guess what? When they announced he wasn't coming back, it just kind of beat up the stock. So, with these tech companies, it's so critical that you have the right people in the right spot. So, that was interesting. Economy too good to be true. That's an interesting statement from a Fed's chairman. So, like I said, we cashed in that T trade overnight, about 25%. Some of our members got even more. We always try to call it when it's a nice, tidy profit. But if people are late to put in their sale, they get even better. You know what I mean? They don't get less. That's real important to us. And it looks like everybody got in. Some people were getting out at 30, 35, 40%. But it's an overnight trade. And like we said, we don't want to take any chances with profits right now. If we see profits, and we're going to keep a short leash on trades right now, usually we like to give them a little room and stuff. Maybe we move into that 100% gain area. But look, nobody ever lost money taking profits, so we took our profit. We're still long steel. Still had a rough day today, right? X was down about $1, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check it out here. Remember what I said yesterday on your stock quotes, pop-up ads? That's 2 days in a row on this one. This will be deleted by the time tomorrow. Where did X finish? And it's a shame too, because this is actually one of our favorite stock apps. And they just started putting in these pop-up ads and stuff, and it really screws you up when you're looking for quotes real quick and stuff, and pop-up ads start happening. Yeah, X finished down about 68 cents, but it's holding that $29 level like a champ, and we're just off that on our options. So we're going to stick with the play. We think X is just kind of working itself out here. And as long as it holds that $29, $30 level, it should be fine. We don't want to see it slip much more than that. We might bail on the trade if we do. We're still long XLK despite that big market turn down in the NASDAQ. We're still a little bit positive on that trade. We're all the way out to December, January on that one. So we'll see how that goes. Let's kind of go to the questions and comments, and we'll call it a short show today. We're still long on Oracle. Just before we get to the comments, we're still long on Oracle, X, Twitter. Twitter had a rough day today too, but it held that $28 level like a champ, and we're just off that too. So we'll stick with that trade. Let's see. And so we're long XLK, we're still long Twitter, we're still long Oracle. Let's go to the questions. I see a comment here. Let's see. Savar says, topic of living wages. So once you start thinking people should be able to get paid a decent wage, before you know it, you'll be thinking that everyone should be well fed and get. I knew I could count on you, brother. What the hell is that free food and healthcare? Huh? I thought the Republicans were in charge. But look, it is in a lot of ways. There's a lot more reasons too why wages are a slippery slope. I mean, you look, if you've got a small business, you might not be able to there's a good chance you're not going to be able to pay what Amazon can pay their employees, right? It's all relevant with a business, and anybody that's managed a business or owned a business knows that. For the most part, no business owner wants to underpay their employees. Yeah, you got sweatshop owners and stuff like that. You've got real a-hole bosses, but for the most part, and I've been in the business world for a long, long time, and it is all relative. But you want to make sure that people can keep a roof over their head, keep food on their plates, keep clothes on their backs. That should be the basics. So sometimes though, in these movements, because I actually support the fight for 15 and stuff, but logically, sometimes it's not so much the wage as it is the environment and things that are keeping people out of homes and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I know you get it, Savar. I'm not worried about that. But it's just an interesting subject, right? And it's a real touchy subject too. You gotta be really careful, who you talk to about this. It's almost like the Kavanaugh hearing, right? It could get you beaten. And on the Kavanaugh thing, I guess the FBI investigation, we're not even watching the news on that. Nobody in the trade room's watching it. Because it's just gotten so, let us know if they're going to vote. Let us know if there's a new candidate. You know what I mean? But other than that, we don't want to get into it. It's so insightful with people, right? I mean, people just get freaked out mad one way or the other about it. So we won't even talk about it. Other than that, the news was pretty tame today. It was a really tame news cycle day today. Thank God. The only thing that we'll mention here before we let you guys go is evidently there's a big New York Times investigation, and they're getting into Donald Trump's taxes and stuff. Now, how this turns out, it's the New York Times, okay, which is pretty much like NBC writing an article about Trump. There's not going to be anything good about him. Even if there is good things to say about him, they're not going to say about it. So we'll see how that plays out. But it's an interesting thought, about the New York Times there. So, Tilray got hammered today, down about 16%. Pepsi says they're not on board with pot like Coke is. So, let me just review real quick the news here before Oh, and here's the other thing too. I just wanted to mention this about the we're just talking about NBC and the New York Times and the anti-Trump fury. It's interesting, right? On CNBC, we haven't seen much articles about this deal with Canada and Mexico. And there's a good reason for it, right? I mean, they don't want to give Trump any credit at all. God forbid Trump gets any credit at all. But there was an article today. Trump's big fight with Canada over dairy gets the U.S. only 70 million more than TPP trade deal. Only 70 million more. Why don't we just give it back? Yeah, you only got 70 million more. Hi, what about the oceanfront property in Arizona? So much people when And Kenny, we are gonna close with that cry on. I like that. But look, guys, it was an interesting day in the market, right? I mean, we looked like we were going to start off blood red, and looks like it was just going to be a horrific day. Things kind of picked up. Everything got a little bit more exciting. Everybody got a little more into it. You know, the NASDAQ there in the second half of the day gave up everything that it took. But the Dow closed nice and strong, and the NASDAQ, you know, the concerning thing about the NASDAQ is it did close under that 8,000. Technically, we would have liked to see it hold that 8,000. Now, right now, we've only got really two tech plays. One's a speculative, right? We've got XLK, but we've got that all the way out to the end of the year, and it's already profitable. But the reason we did that is we're expecting the NASDAQ to try and challenge a good challenge at an all-time high, like a blowing it away challenge. But it's just hard to tell where it's going to come right now. And I just want to close with a trade idea for you guys. Facebook. Facebook's down about 9.5–10% on the year, but it just broke from if you look back to a chart 2013, it had a long uptrend line. It just broke that uptrend. It just violated that uptrend line. But it seems like 150 is a very, very solid area for Facebook, and it's trading, I think it was 159 today. If you're looking to own Facebook, or if you're looking for a recovery in Facebook, maybe to buy some options and take advantage of it, you might want to start looking at Facebook. I know we're going to start looking at Facebook. We put it on the watch list this afternoon, which Facebook is something we usually don't keep on the watch list. It's something that if it comes up and we see an opportunity for a trade, but we don't really bank on Facebook for trades. But we put it on the watch list today for that reason. So if you guys out there, you viewers, are looking for trade ideas, go check out Facebook. The other one too is one of our viewers, Kona Chang. He's been talking about going long on chips lately, the last couple of days. We're starting to look at chips too, because it looks like they're getting some life and there might be something there. You know, that sell down in the NASDAQ just kind of took everything with it, right? In the second half of the day. So we're going to kind of see, we'll go over charts tonight, and then tomorrow morning we'll look at some plays. But look, we cashed in an overnight 25%. We're real happy with what we're sitting on right now. Verizon had a great day, up about 1%. The only thing really on our what we're holding right now that didn't look that great was X. But it held that $29 level. In fact, it bounced up to the $29.57 level. But Oracle was a concern, but we were looking at the chart and it held support. Second level support. You'd like to see it hold first level support, but it held second level support. And, you know, but we're a couple months out on the contract, so we'll give it a little room on Oracle. It's been going through that bad news cycle with this guy from the cloud that was running the cloud, not coming back. So look, if you guys are looking for trade ideas, that's the way to go. And one last trade idea, Chevron. I was looking at Chevron today. If you look at Chevron, it's been kind of in a downtrend despite oil pushing higher. There's certain reasons for that. Go read about the company, but we might talk about it going forward. And we're looking maybe to put a play on it. We'll let you guys know. But Chevron, Facebook, and go look at chip stocks if you're looking for trade ideas. And all of you guys, yeah, you guys have a great day too. It's humid as all heck over here in Honolulu. It's still humid. We got about a day break with some winds, and then the humidity just came right back. I don't know if you can see, everything's sticking to me and stuff. It's kind of gross. But anyways, look, gang, it's been a great day. You know, thank you all for showing up for the show. Like I said, there's 3 trade ideas for you, or Chevron, Facebook, and chip stocks. You know, just go in and Micron, AMD, go take a look at a few of them. Look for the good ones too. Try to trade the good ones. When a sector's like that, you wanna on a recovery, you want to go with the good stocks. You don't want to go with the speculative stocks in a situation like that. So you guys have a great afternoon. We did. We cashed in that T trade overnight for 20, 25, 30%, depending on which member it was, as usual. But in the model portfolio, I think we got 26%. So, all right, gang, you guys have a great Tuesday afternoon. We will see you guys tomorrow right after the market closes. All right. Aloha.